Most of us guys grow up being fed the narrative that girls like nice guys. Just be nice is one of the most common pieces of advice that we'll hear when it comes to dating. And so, we become nice, in the hopes that girls will find it attractive and that they will appreciate it. So when we then get hit with rejections, friend zones, and little to no female attention, we become confused. Wasn't this supposed to work? So many of us guys have learned the hard way that being the nice guy does not in fact work, that we now have a range of advice online from men who have been successful with women. Many of them say that nice guys finish last, and many even encourage us to be the opposite, jerks, because apparently that's what girls really like. Now, I'm not here to tell you to be a jerk or to never be nice to a woman again in your life. Because in reality, there's more to being attractive than simply being nice or not. But there's no doubt that being the stereotypical nice guy is killing your chances of getting girls. And in this video, I'm going to explain why that is, and how you can stay true to yourself instead, and not be the nice guy. Nice guys don't struggle to get girls purely because they are nice, but it's because they usually tend to be too passive and even boring. Being genuinely kind is a great trait to have, and most girls will appreciate this. But the nice guy that I'm referring to in this video is one that also lacks other qualities which women find attractive. They lack the confidence and courage to communicate their wants and needs. They lack the assertiveness to stand up for themselves and set proper boundaries. They lack self-esteem, coming across as clingy and needy. They are generally not interesting because they don't have much going for them outside of this nice guy act. In reality, they are only truly being nice because they have ulterior motives, and in this case, it's to get laid or to get a girlfriend. People understand this, and they criticize nice guys, even calling them manipulative because of it. But what do you expect when most of us guys growing up are being taught by society, movies, the media, even our moms or other feminine figures in our family, that being nice to girls and putting them on pedestals, treating them like princesses for no other reason than they exist, is the way to attract them? So yes, you can criticize the nice guy for having ulterior motives, but what I am saying is that he doesn't know any other way to attract girls. And if you're a guy like this, in this position, you don't need to feel ashamed because this is what you were taught growing up. If you've been told that suppressing your real personality and agreeing with everything a girl says and does will make her like you, then of course you're going to try that. If you've been conditioned into believing that girls should be placed on pedestals, then you're going to do just that. But of course, at a certain point, you will realize that this does not work. And why is that? Why do so many nice guys end up rejected, friend-zoned, frustrated, angry, and then transition to the red pill? It's because girls are turned off by your passiveness. They want you to be confident and to approach them clear with your intentions. So when you instead fail to do this and just be friendly and nice to them, they will friend-zone you. You're simply taking what you can get instead of what you really want, and before you know it, she's with another guy. Or maybe you finally build up the courage to tell her how you feel, but at that point it's pointless because she doesn't feel the same way about you. How can she when you've conditioned her into subconsciously believing that you are below her? There's a saying, treat a girl like a celebrity and she will treat you like a fan. There has to be mutual respect in order for her to like you, and there definitely won't be if you're just giving her free attention, constantly texting her, sending her gifts, complimenting her, etc., without getting what you really want in return. This is the behavior of a simp, which is pretty much always where the nice guy ends up. You may not fully realize it yet, but in being too nice to girls, you become their doormat. You neglect your own wants and needs in order to please her when she doesn't even want you. This is the essence of the nice guy, And it's really a lose-lose situation. Because even if you do manage to get a girlfriend like this, if there's a girl that gives you a chance because you're being so nice to her, it's not going to last. You're going to become frustrated because you'll constantly be placing her needs over your own. And either this frustration will show and cause cracks in the relationship, or she will simply get bored of you and find another guy. So clearly, being the nice guy is not going to work. So let's talk about what will. If you want to stop being the nice guy and actually have success with girls, you need to be authentic. You need to have the courage and confidence to know what you really want and to go after it. Tell her off the bat that you like her, instead of just being her friend. The main obstacle that stops guys from doing this is the fear of rejection. But here is the reality. If you're an average guy, most girls will reject you. That's just how it is. And even the guys who are above average, whether that's in terms of looks, charisma, or money, they get rejected a hell of a lot too. So why take it personally if you tell a single girl that you like her and she doesn't like you back? Obviously it's not what you'd prefer to happen, and you're going to be at least a little bit disappointed, but at the very least you've had the courage to be rejected, and now you know that this girl isn't interested. You've got a straight answer as to whether or not there is that mutual attraction that makes a relationship or something casual possible. And now you can simply move on to the next girl. If you were the nice guy, you would not be authentic like this. You would either simply not tell her how you really feel, or you'd get rejected, but then you'd stay around in the friend zone in the hopes that one day she changes her mind. It's controversial for me to say this, but being friends with girls who you are attracted to is ridiculous, and it is in fact nice guy behavior. Friends is what you settle for when you hope that it could be more. How is it authentic to yourself to remain friends with a girl who you want to be sexual with, and you will be at the first chance that she gives you? It's insincere to say the least, and it's what the nice guy does, because he doesn't respect himself to prioritize his needs over staying friends with and pleasing the girl. She gets to benefit the most from staying friends with him because that's all he is to her. And she knows that she doesn't have to give him what he really wants, but in return she is getting everything that she wants from him. Don't listen to people who tell you that it's normal and mature to stay friends with girls who have rejected you. I remember when my ex broke up with me and I told her that I wouldn't be staying friends with her. She flipped. She told me that I was showing my true colours, that I only ever lusted for her and that I didn't appreciate her as a person. She even told me about all her other male friends who she rejected, but apparently they were mature enough to remain friends with her, and I wasn't. She was able to shame me like this because I was the nice guy back then. I was the person who prioritized her needs over my own, and she had grown accustomed to that. I didn't respect myself enough to take her red flag seriously, and in turn, she was able to walk all over me. Thankfully, I'm not that nice guy anymore, and I now understand what it means to have self-respect. Do you think a self-respecting man will stick around with a girl even after she has rejected him, in the hopes that she gives him a chance? Do you think that he'll willingly put himself in that position, hurting himself even more, to be close with her but not with her? No. He backs off to avoid further pain, and he finds another girl who actually likes him back. He has the self-respect to prioritize his own needs by staying true to himself, even if the other girl wants him to be at his beck and call. Now, I need to state the obvious here, that simply not being a simp and not being too nice is not going to guarantee you girls. There is more to being attractive, such as being charismatic, intelligent, funny, interesting, ambitious, etc. And ultimately, as a guy, it's your responsibility to work on yourself and develop into a man that women find attractive. So not being the nice guy isn't going to guarantee you girls if you and your life is quite dull in general, but it will certainly increase the chances of girls liking you. And if anything, you know that you're not going to be stuck in the friend zone anymore. I'm going to keep this simple because it is simple. Live a life that fulfills you. If you like a girl, tell her straight away and tell her clearly. If she doesn't like you back, then respectfully move on and find a girl who does. Have the confidence to pursue what you really want, be true to yourself, and also have the confidence to say no to what you don't really want. This is how you avoid being the nice guy. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, subscribe for more advice. I'll see you in my next video.